Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. To start things off, there's a lot that's going to be happening in quarter 3 of 2018, which is officially where we are right now in the cryptocurrency space. There are a lot of projects that are either going to be launching, have things coming out, so I'm going to try and give you a quick run through as best I can of everything that I was able to find that's going to happen. I'm sure much more is going to happen, and I actually wasn't able to fit too many more tabs up here, so there may be a part 2 at some point because there's going to be a lot happening over this summer. First thing that's happening, I think within the next couple of days, is a blockchain Bitcoin super conference where obviously many things will be discussed about Bitcoin, and people have been speculating for some time that some new news should be coming out as to hopefully Bitcoin upgrades and or what is actually happening with the Lightning Network. Next up, Stellar on July 9th has a hack summit. On August 30th, they have a hard fork that is happening on the network. And around October 1st, so around the end of quarter 3, it'll be the Lightning Network beta. There are a couple of coins that are actually trying to integrate the Lightning Network. It is not just Bitcoin. So they're all trying to make use of this. So this is something happening with Stellar. omisego is also here. So around quarter 3 where we are right now, there's been a lot of talk for a while about Plasma. Plasma being the thing that should allow Ethereum, omisego, and a number of other projects as well to be able to scale to potentially 1 million to 10 million transactions per second. We have had news about Plasma since the middle of last year, so this is quite some time. We were also, it was kind of hinted that we would have it last year, but then that completely fell apart. It did not happen, but as of now, it seems that in quarter 3, we should be receiving Plasma. Let's see exactly how that goes. There's also supposed to be a decentralized exchange based on Plasma, so we need Plasma in order for this to get going. And also a hybrid proof of stake model that should be running on the omisego network. It is also expected, it's difficult to find information on this because the omisego team, they're not very hush-hush, but they said they don't like to give out information unless it is absolutely necessary. In that they don't want to release news every single day or every single week to try and hype people up. They said they want the quiet and the space to be able to put the project together themselves. And when it launches, it launches. But the rumor has been that it should be happening in quarter 3 because Plasma on top of the omisego network will allow them to scale to 1 million transactions per second. Therefore, the network can launch, and therefore the decentralized exchange that they planned on since last year will also be able to launch. So that is omisego. There's a lot more planned as well for this project that I will not get into because there's a lot especially happening around quarter 4. In quarter 3 for Ethereum, it's been hinted at, and Vitalik has teased us, if you will, that there is supposed to be a Casper, I believe Plasma hybrid or something like that. They've shifted away 100% focus from Casper, and they're trying to focus exclusively on Plasma. I think this is because a lot of other projects who are gunning for the number 2 spot on the cryptocurrency markets have now been released. We have 4 or 5 of them that have been released over the last 2 weeks. And in order for Ethereum to pretty much stay on top, they need Plasma and something that allows them to be able to potentially even push past Bitcoin. So like I said, Vitalik said, I wasn't able to find the article, but I hope you guys remember as well, I said this, it has to be a couple of months ago. He said that they were very close to Plasma and that he had some type of exciting announcements to give us. We assume that this is in quarter 3 because by quarter 4, at least me personally, I feel like it'll be a bit too late for them to release it. You know, better late than never. But there are a lot of other coins who are trying to take their spots. This is the news for Ethereum. When it comes to EOS, a lot of phase 3 on this has been completed because it's supposed to have ended in around 2018. As of now, it comes down to parallel optimization. They're also working on completely changing a large portion of the EOS constitution to give the block producers and the validators on the network a lot less power. And also on top of this as well, there are the EOS airdrops that are supposed to be happening. As of now, the way that it looks, there are so many airdrops that are happening. It appears that they are actually happening either daily, literally day after day, or screenshots are being taken daily from a number of different projects. I do not have everything about the EOS airdrops in this video. I think there have been new ones that have been added and or introduced. I will try to make another video later on if I can. Sorry if I can't. About exactly what's happening with EOS and what's happening with all the airdrops, because I know a lot of people want to know what's happening with all this free money. So as of now, this is kind of what's happening. I don't think there are any major updates happening on the EOS network itself, but it has to come. It's coming down to the Constitution and them other apps being put onto the EOS network that will then also be staking coins as well. Q3 is, or rather, it's expected in Q3 that Brad Garlinghouse, he kind of gave hints saying that at the end of the year, he expects that multiple banks will be using XRapid. Therefore, they will be using XRP to send payments through their systems. He said this will happen at the end of the year. It'll happen before, and by the end of the year, multiple banks will have already been using it. So it is expected that sometimes in the middle of Q3, we should get news that XRapid is launching. We had the Ripple event. It was a couple months ago. I can't remember the name of it at all. The one where Snoop Dogg was there. I think they actually successfully did the first XRapid transaction with everyone standing there watching and clapping and stuff like that. So it is expected that in Q3, there's no official time or news on this, but I assume they're working as rapidly as possible in order to get this going. But it's expected that XRapid should be active before at least October of 2018. On the topic of stable coins, Basis is a stable coin that is going to be launching sometime in Q3. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the next four things I should be talking about should all be launching in July. That is this month. So stable, or rather Basis. The next one is Reserve. That is backed by the founder of PayPal and also Coinbase. So this is also going to be a major project. It's expected, or people are speculating, that Reserve could then be added to the Coinbase exchange, because a lot of people are gunning for these new stable coins to have on their platform. And if you're backed by Coinbase and they want to add more coins, kind of obvious that they probably would be adding a stable coin, especially to their, I think it's called Coinbase Pro now, that they have on their platform. The next one is, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is called Circle USD. This is another stable coin that is being backed by Goldman Sachs. This is also going to be launching sometime this summer. So not even before the end of Q3. This is expected, if I'm not mistaken as well, to release at the end of July or sometime in August. This is why I keep saying there's a lot of hype around these stable coins. Some people like them. Some people don't care for them. But there's definitely something happening with all these stable coins. If you paid attention before to any news that we had about Tether, every time that Tether was printed, the price of Bitcoin went up. And this is part of the reason people believe that we had the major bull run last year. So these are just the four. There's actually another one. This one's called Stably, another stable coin. And so the theory is that if we have, I think at the moment it's supposed to be 9 of them will have been released by October, November of this year. And they're all printing these coins, and they then are used to buy Bitcoin with. The price of Bitcoin is expected to then go up just on this alone. But a lot of these, especially this one, I believe it's Stably, and if I'm not mistaken, Circle. These are the ones that have come forward and said that they already can prove that they have the reserves to back their stable coins. So it'll be interesting to see if by the end of the year, if Tether kind of gets knocked out of its position. But I think they keep printing so much Tether that I think they're probably going to be where they are for some time. Russia was expected to give us the full rundown on cryptocurrency laws in July. As you can see right here, it says that they are delaying this until sometime in autumn. A lot of people are worried specifically about what could happen inside of Russia, not so much the rest of the world. But people are trying to ask or figure out why they have delayed this, especially if they had the laws before. The central bank seemingly was behind it, as was the government as far as the crypto laws. Something else is being added into the laws. Maybe it has to be finalized. Maybe it has to be printed on a nice piece of paper. But as of now, what Russia was supposed to give us during this summer is now not going to happen until sometime in autumn. That is totally fine as long as we eventually get some type of clarification. South Korea a couple of days ago gave us regulatory guidelines as to what they plan on doing in their country. I believe this won't go into effect for another couple of weeks, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe the banks in South Korea and crypto exchanges have until the end of July, possibly the middle of August, to to start to comply with their new know your customer and anti-money laundering laws that the guidelines then spell out. So this is another potential thing that could get the market going, simply because before, South Korea and Japan were controlling the entire market. It used to be China before. So the idea is that once they have proper framework, people will be able to get back into the market because they know exactly how many taxes they have to pay when they're dealing with this. And this is actually, if you read through some of these news stories when it comes to South Korea and the regulatory guidelines, the government actually said they waited to give proper guidelines and the law on cryptocurrencies because they didn't want the market to go up and they didn't want to legitimize the cryptocurrency space. Because once a government kind of comes forward, same thing with Russia, and they say these are the laws, this is what you can do, you have then okayed the entire cryptocurrency market, and people, it's kind of not a free-for-all, but you kind of get what I'm saying. And lastly, it is expected, Coinbase around 2 or 3 months ago came out and said that they were trying to get proper licenses to be an SEC regulated crypto exchange. In that also, they also are trying to become like an actual bank, have a banking license. And it's expected in Q3, once again, that they should receive potentially one license or some of the licenses that they are trying to go after. They're going after multiple, but the one that we care about the most, not so much the banking license, is that they're trying to become security compliant, and that should any coin be considered a security, as we already know that I think just about every ICO has been declared a security by the SEC, that they still will be then able to list them. Also, it's expected sometime in Q3 that they will have, I think they recently bought 2 other crypto exchanges, and they're trying to be able to list or at least provide support for ERC20 tokens on their platform. Right. Like I said, this is just all the stuff that I can find. There is a lot more, I'm sure, out there. I couldn't find information on the other stablecoin. When you Google stablecoin, you just literally get the word stablecoin over and over. So it took me some time to try and find a couple of these. I think stablecoins are going to be a major part of the cryptocurrency world. A lot of people won't be expecting what's going to end up happening with these things. At least for the major projects, a lot of them don't actually have roadmaps anymore. They're very difficult to find. If you try to look for a lot of the roadmaps, it's kind of almost like blog posts, and you kind of have to dig through them a little bit. But as of now, these are the things that I could find. It's expected that Q3 is going to be a major part of the at least the year of 2018, because this time last year was also when the crypto market started to slowly inch its way up. And now we have a lot of 4 or 5 projects that have launched within the last couple of weeks, and a lot of updates and stuff like that will be coming out as well. So literally only time will tell, but Q3 has been spoken about and hyped up for quite some time. So let's see exactly what happens. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope I helped a little bit. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, if I end up finding more, I will definitely tell you guys, because there's so much going on in the cryptocurrency world. Thank you once again for watching. I do appreciate all the support, and I will talk to you all soon. See you.